Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to thank you for hitting the play button on my video. For those of you who are new, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button located right here at the bottom of my page. Also take a moment to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. This video, I'm going to be talking about the lenses that I own and things that I recommend that you should consider when you are shopping for your lens. Now, the first thing that I take into consideration when I'm shopping for a lens is the f-stop. I want to buy the lens that has the absolute lowest f-stop that I can afford. Now, the first lens we're going to look at today is the Olympus 75mm prime lens. I absolutely love this lens. I think I bought it used from B&H. Great photo store that you can buy products from. It's a great lens, and it gives you the best bokeh that you can imagine. This thing makes you look like you are standing in front of soggy fruity pebbles. And who doesn't want to look like they're standing in front of soggy fruity pebbles? I know I do. Anyhow, this lens's aperture range is, what is it? I believe it's f1.8 to f22 is this lens's aperture range. So like I said, it has a very low f-stop. In low light situations, I'll be able to shoot great shots in low light situations. This focus ring right here turns so smooth, you guys can't even imagine. You'd have to put your hands on it so that you guys can see how smooth this thing turns. The build quality is great. It feels like you have some weight in your hand. It's nice and heavy. And this lens retails for about $900 brand new. And in my opinion, it's very worth it. So this is a lens that I feel it's optional. You don't have to. But if you're a photographer and if you want that cinematic look for your videos with really shallow depth of field, with a whole lot of bokeh in there, then you probably want to purchase one of these lenses. It's a great lens. And all of these products that I'll be reviewing with you guys, the links to purchase the products are in the description at the bottom of this video. Next up, this lens right here is the Panasonic 45 to 175 millimeter lens. This right here is a telephoto lens because it has a long focal range. 45 to 175 millimeter. That means you can take photos and pictures of things that are significantly far away from you. But when you do that, the farther away the thing is, you don't want to hold your camera in your hand. You want to put your camera on a tripod, or else your photo is going to be blurry and your video is going to look shaky unless you have the steadiest hands in the world and you can hold yourself still like a statue. And even when you click the shutter button, you're going to get some motion in there. So you want to put your camera on a tripod when using a telephoto lens and shooting things that are far away from you. The farther out you zoom, the more steady you want to keep that camera. This lens has an aperture range of f2 to f22. I'm sorry, correction. This lens has an aperture range of f4 to f22. So, as I said, the aperture range is very important. So, this lens being at f4 in low light situations, you're not going to have the best lighting. You're gonna need to add more lights in there, or you're gonna have to strictly use this lens when it's daytime. This lens also has a power zoom on the side. This lens, it's not as heavy as this lens right here. It's kind of light. It feels plasticky, but overall, it's a durable lens. I've been using it for a while. I've owned it for a while. It retails for about $448 brand new. And I really think everybody should have a telephoto lens in their kit, to be honest with you. All right, so that's it for the Panasonic 45 to 175 millimeter telephoto lens. Let's move on. All right, the next lens up is the Panasonic 14 to 45 millimeter, 14 to 45 focal range millimeter lens by Panasonic. This lens, mega ISO. optical image stabilization. You can turn that off or you can turn that on. That's a pretty sweet feature that this lens has. As you can see, when you turn this focus ring, this zoom ring actually, it pops in and out. That's you know, just regular mechanics of a lens to, you know, get it zooming. Anyway, this lens, it has an aperture range of f3.5 to f22. Now at f3.5, I think that's like average for a lens, f3.5. Most lenses, if you pay a pretty moderate price for it, you're going to get an f3.5. If you pay a little bit more, you're going to get a lower f-stop, like an f2 point something. Or if you pay a little bit more, you're going to get into the f1s and stuff like that, like this Olympus lens I just showed you guys. So yeah, this lens has a aperture range of f3.5, which is average. This is one of those lenses, I think it's like a starter lens. You can keep this lens on your camera at all times. Like, you know, when you go to B&H, I mean, I would say Best Buy or a store like that, you buy a camera and it comes with a lens. This is one of those lenses that a camera typically comes with. It's not anything fancy or anything like that. So, you know, but it's still a good lens, and everybody should have a regular lens that they can keep on their camera all the time. Now, this lens by itself retails for $300 if you don't own it. So $300, good price for a starter lens. You can't beat the value. You can't beat the price. You can't beat. It still takes great photos. All these lenses actually take great photos, but they're used for different things, as I will demonstrate to you in other videos, not necessarily this one. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you can check out those videos that are coming up real soon. All right, that's it for the 14 to 45 millimeter Panasonic lens. Next lens up for discussion is the Panasonic 20 mil prime. This lens is a beast right here. It's referred to most times as a pancake lens. It's a great lens. It's not that much of an investment. This lens retails for $298, brand spankerty new. It has an aperture range of f1.7 to f16, so in low light situations you don't gotta worry about it. It's gonna perform just fine. Also, this lens is perfect for portraits. Perfect for portraits. You get a little close on that subject, you focus it, and the background is going to look beautiful. Not as good as this, but it's definitely going to look beautiful with this 20 mil for the price that you pay for it. Again, these Panasonic lenses tend to have like this plasticky feel to them. This one is a little bit more solid, but this one, and this one have the same plasticky feel for it. This Lumix Panasonic camera lenses. So yeah, this 20 mil, I'd say it's a must-have for your photo or video kit. So make sure you pick up one of these. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the next lens up is the Panasonic 7 to 14 millimeter fisheye lens. The reason why I purchased this lens, and I bought this lens used, it looks pristine and brand new. The reason why I purchased this lens is because sometimes you take a photo or a video, right, and you got a group of people standing in front of you and you don't have that much room to back up. What a telephoto lens is going to do is it's going to give you more of the landscape. It's going to give you more length, right to left. All right, it's going to be able to capture more. Like if regular lens is going to shoot like right here, you're going to have to either have to move back, tell them to move back, or you're going to have to say, all right, everybody, gather around, scooch in. Who wants to do all that? You got a fisheye lens. You put that on. Your field of vision on your camera goes from here to here. Now you can capture everybody. This is why I bought that this fisheye lens right here. But the downside to any fisheye lens is you're gonna get a slight bubble effect. It's not that serious, guys. The slight bubble effect, you can't really tell. Well, actually you can, but it's not that significant because people are used to it. All right, this lens has an aperture range of f4 to f22. So just like, which one? Just like, I forgot. But f4 is not going to perform good in low light situations. You're going to need to add some light. You're going to need to light these subjects up because f4 you're going to have to dial up your ISO. We're not going to get into all that. Dial up your ISO. Your shot gets a little grainy the farther up the ISO you go, but we're not going to get into all that. This range, this lens retails for $898. $898 is significantly expensive. Just like all this stuff is significantly expensive. You know what you were getting into when you started taking videos. What's wrong with you? Anyway, $898 brand new. I forgot how much I paid for it. It wasn't $894, I could tell you that much. But a fisheye lens is a great lens to have in your kit once you are moving up in your photography and videography world and you want to buy an extra lens, add a little more in your arsenal, invest in a fisheye lens. Link down in the description of this video. Now folks, last but certainly definitely not least is the Olympus. This Olympus lens, Olympus 12mm prime lens. Oh, I love this lens. This is one of my newest lenses. I just bought this actually used from B&H. Like I think 3 of these lenses are used. This one, and this one. All the rest of them I bought new, and the one on that camera that I'm shooting with right now, which is GH4, new lens. But well, it's not a new lens, but you know, I bought it new. But the used lenses, there's nothing different between new and used. You want to make sure that your glass doesn't have any scratches on it or anything like that, and you're pretty much good to go. You know, they're not going to sell you junk. Put it on your camera, you can test it out, make sure all the functionality works and everything. But this right here, this Olympus lens, I love this thing so far. It has an aperture range of f2 to f22. Perfect lens for vlogging because when you put it on your camera, you don't have to hold your arm out like this far away to get your whole face in there. You can actually have your arm like this. Imagine I'm holding the camera. You can actually have the camera and the lens this close to your face, and it's going to capture your whole face and the right and the left side of you and a little bit above you. Also, this lens gives you great bokeh. It retails for about $800, and like I said, this is my newest lens. I just got it in the mail, but I paid about $650 for it used on B&H, a little over $600. I forget exactly how much I paid for it, but yeah, this lens, it's probably going to live on my camera. I'm probably going to use this the most because I'm going to be vlogging. I'm probably going to use this on the G7, the most G7s right here. And yeah, I highly recommend this lens. What I love, another thing I love about it, you can get close up to an object, which is the same thing like I mentioned before, close up on an object, and it'll capture the object perfectly with bokeh in the background, and you'll still get some room on the left and the right side of that object. Most of the times when you get close on an object, you're just going to get a close-up frame of that object and not that much of the background and the side and all that. But yeah, I love this lens. Great depth of field. It also has this cool little ring right here that you can move. It feels good. It feels like some type of metal plastic or something like that, but you can adjust the aperture right on here, and it locks on both sides. It has locking mechanism on both sides. Okay, so that's it with the Olympus lens. We're going to put this down. As you can tell, I really love this lens. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me and watching my video. I'd like to say thank you. If it's your first time watching any of my videos, please take a moment to subscribe. Hit the subscription link down below. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. My videos go up randomly all throughout the week, so just wait for the notification. I post about twice weekly normally, and sometimes I post B-roll. I'm going to get into more content though, more storyline stuff, more content, more regularly for you guys. So yeah, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on social media. I'm King Allan Alexander on Snapchat, King Allan Alexander on Instagram. Please follow my Instagram page. And thank you guys for watching. Yo, A-Dubb, I'm out.